Good morning, students. In our previous lecture, we have discussed about the kinetic energy and its expression. Now we'll discuss the another type of energy that is known as the potential energy. Let us consider with an example. Consider the case of a stone falling on soft soil and creating a depression in it. First, the stone is raised to some height above the ground. Then it is allowed to fall. As it falls, it gains speed, which allows it to do work on the soil. But while lying on the ground, the stone cannot do any work. Therefore, the stone, when placed at a height above the ground, has a greater capacity to do work, means has a greater energy than when it is on the ground. So this greater energy is due to the height of the stone, known as the potential energy. So the energy is stored in a body by virtue of its position and configuration is called potential energy or mutual energy. Now remember, it may be noted that the position refers to the height above the surface of the earth, and configuration refers to the arrangement of the shape of the body. So we can see the energy due to position. An apple or mango hanging from the branch of tree possesses potential energy. The another example is a body lying on the roof of a building has potential energy. Now the potential energy due to configuration. We can see here a coiled spring in case of watch or a toy car. When the coiled spring uncoils, it does work by rotating the hands of a coil or the toy car. Hence, the potential energy converted into kinetic energy. So now, in a stressed bow also, when a bow is released, it is able to shoot the arrow with a large velocity. Now, another is due to when a compressed gas in a cylinder, when the compressed gas changes its configuration, then it does work. The energy is, the potential energy is of two types, or is of generally three types: gravitational potential energy, elastic potential energy, electrostatic potential energy. The gravitational potential energy is the energy of a body due to its position in the gravitational field of Earth or above the surface of the Earth. Or we can say that the gravitational potential energy of an object is defined as the work done in lifting the object from the ground to a point above the ground against gravity. So now remember, the potential energy gravitational potential energy is associated with the state of separation of the two bodies. These bodies attract each other. The another type of energy is, elastic potential energy. This energy is associated with the state of compression or extension of an object. It is in the case of spring. Another is electrostatic potential energy. This energy is due to the interaction between two electric charges. But we'll only confine our study to the gravitational potential energy. This two potential energy is beyond your syllabus. You'll study in higher classes. Now try to understand the gravitational potential energy. Suppose we have a body of mass. We have a body of mass m, and the body is raised to a height h. The body is raised to a height h, and it reaches to a point B. So the work done in lifting the body against the gravity is equal to F into h. So this gravitational potential energy will be equal to force, means mg into h, and this will give the minus sign because it is against the gravity. So the gravitational potential energy at surface of Earth is taken as 0. So remember, the expression for the gravitational potential energy against gravity is minus mgh. So this formula you should Remember, it is very important formula, and it is obvious that the gravitational potential energy does not depend upon the path taken. It will remain same. It will depend upon the initial and final position of the body. So the work done by the force, by the gravitational force. So the gravitational force is also known as the conservative force, because it depends upon the initial and final position. It is independent of the path taken. So it depends on the ground level or the zero level of the zero level you choose. So the expression for the gravitational potential energy is minus mgh. You can also say, in other words, that the gravitational potential energy is the work done in bringing a unit mass from infinity to that point. From a mass from infinity to that point against the gravitational force. So this is all about the gravitational potential energy.